of, because when you have that warrior spirit, and if you check it into a responsibility, a political ideology, it can be the potential can be incredible. And that's why Fred Hampton was such a. They killed Fred Hampton. All the other ones they locked up and then made them useless because they were in jail for 30, 40 years. They killed him because he was going to these Europeans, like, these people got you under the gun too. He was going to everybody. And also look up Bunchy Carter. Bunchy Carter was an influential gang member. And matter of fact, he said that Huey P. Newton was soft. He thought Huey P. Newton was soft. He's like, man, who's this light-skinned soft joker? Dude was like, nah, listen.
Malana Karenga father was killed. Bunchy Carter.
Yeah. And you know, a lot of people like to say either they was a part of the whole movement, the CIA movement. But I just want to say that was a real potential threat when you can utilize that warrior spirit, these gangs, and politicize their ideology. So that's all I got to say.
Okay. I definitely agree with you on that, because if you look at the youngers in the hood, they got guns, they got heart, and they against the police. And they're already like that. Man, you can put an ideology in their head and give them some self-love and get to see that we all on the same team and we tied to each other, then we be free overnight.
That's the greatest threat. The greatest threat. It was an old movie by, not Charlton Heston. It's a movie, but it's loosely based on the Haitian Revolution. And so the guy, what he did was come in, and he needed a way to get a black messiah that go against the European country that he was going against. And so you know what he did when he came onto the island of Haiti? He had bags and everything. White man, he was like, black people come up take his bags, and then he was cursing out, your mother's some blah blah blah, this and that. They be like, okay, sir. And then he like, nah, that's not the one. Then he talked to another one, your mother blah blah blah, you ain't nothing but a nigga. Okay, sir, can I get your bag? He said, nah, that's not the one. But he said to one dude, and the dude turned around and he tried to stab him. He said, that's the one. That's the revolutionary. Yeah. That's the one we need. And that's why I think that threat in the street is one of the most powerful threats, and they become politicized.
I agree with that. Well, I'm from the streets. I know I'm on the white man list. He definitely on my list. I gotta be on his list.
Okay, Chad. So this one didn't make the list, but this to me, it kind of run rapid in our community. Negative labeling of our kids. Like, I done seen women, you ain't shit, your father wasn't shit, your grandfather wasn't shit, and you tell a kid at 3 or 4 years old, you ain't shit and ain't gonna never be shit, and then when he gets 17 or 18 years old and don't be shit, but you've been telling me you ain't shit all his life. How you feel about that, huh?
I think that we need introspection, like all across the board. The people that we look up to in our families, our elders, the traditional people that have been the leader of the family, they were wrong. They were wrong. And we scared to say that.
Okay, what do you mean by that? Break it
down. The way we've been taught, the way we've been brought up. Mm-hmm. So we've got to look at ourselves, the things that you do as a human being, the good and the bad. You got to minimize the bad. At some point, you got to take responsibility. Say, I got to stop doing this. We got to take responsibility. I got to stop smoking crack. I got to stop getting high. I got to stop doing this. I got to take care of my children. I got to be a better human being than what I was being. And we got to look at the things that we doing wrong and not be arrogant. Most black women are arrogant. If you point out what they doing wrong, they gonna stick to their guns. Even when you convince them that they're wrong, they gonna stick to their guns. At least the black women I know.
Okay, but what would you say? What do you mean when you say that people we look up to was wrong? What do you mean by that? I didn't catch it.
Have you ever heard when Dr. Francis Cress Wilson talk about the psychological effects of the white Jesus on the mind, right? Traditionally in our family, our elders, if you go to them with that, they're going to say it don't make no difference what color he is. Okay. It do make a difference. Okay. It do make if it didn't make a difference.
Don't go too far, baby. That's the next segment. Don't give too much, man. Calm down, baby. Pump the brakes. Pump the brakes. Get the MC up to punch. Okay, I get you. I just want you.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
But along with that, I think when you say this negative
labeling.
There's negative labeling. I spoke about her earlier, Dr. Frances Cress Wilson. post-traumatic slave syndrome. She was saying what was happening. She said what they would say. The mass would say, "Man, that man, he, your boy looking real good. He just going up strong." She would say, "Nah, he ain't nothing. That boy dumb as a brick. He don't be doing. Every time I try to tell him something, he do it wrong. He ain't nothing. He ain't nothing, master." Because this was her way of protecting her son. So it's become epigenetics has become a part of our survival from trauma. Okay. So this is something that we have this is subconscious. You know how they say that it's only the tip of the iceberg. If you see an iceberg, the tip, it's a large mass under it. And most of the way we articulate in this world is subconscious, right? And so I just think that's just an aspect of the subconscious of what was happening during our traumatic experience.
Gotcha. So for us, this is one of the reasons that we do the show, because our motto is, it's not a put down, it's a pull up. Women, start telling y'all kids they kings and queens and prince and princesses, and they can do anything they want to do, anything they set their mind to, and help them. Like if they want to do this and that, you got to do work too. Help them with their homework. Help them. You might got to take them to the library. I don't know what they want to do, but we got to help them out. We have to break this cycle.
I had something to say to the women.
Good, Jim.
If you're not going to be with the father, bring the father into the picture somehow. Yeah. Do not try to break the father down by the system that's set up to break him down with this. I know if he's not, but just bring him in the picture and do not, because when you talk bad about the father, what you don't understand is you talking bad about the child. It's subconscious. I am a representation of that father. So if you're talking, so I'm bad as well. It's not on a conscious level, which means above level. It's on a subconscious level, and he internalizes. So I just say, women, try to find some way how you can get together with the father and have the father in the picture of your child, especially your man.
I definitely agree with that. What's so funny? I had to tell my son mother recently, stop relaying messages to me through him. He's 10 years old. Like, you put him in a situation, you might not realize it. Regardless of what you think of me, my son look at me like God. And regardless of what I think of you, he loves you as well. So we shouldn't have no messages for each other through him. Yeah. Lest we put him in a state of mind to make him confused. And that's not cool. It's immature. Mm-hmm. And it's a sign of trauma and pain, because hurt people hurt people.
Hurt people hurt people. Mm-hmm. And it's going to be, and this is one thing about this, and I'm not saying I'm a scientist or engineer, none of this, but I try to study to the extent I can. Mm-hmm. Like, it's an effect. 80% of all males in prison come from single family homes. Like, when the father's not in the house, the outcome of your son is worse than any other race. So you got to put down the emotionalism and put down whatever hurt you have and understand that this is best for the development of your child. And so that's all I can say. That's what I like to say to the women. We got to do better.
Yeah. The black family.
The black family.
Right. Listen, man, please like and subscribe. And if you have any shows that you would like Neil and Man and myself to do, put it in descriptions. I read all the comments. Put it in the comments. I read all the comments, and we'll get around to it if possible. Nephew, it's always a pleasure.
Always
the residential scholar.
I love it.
Hey, there's one lady. She put in the comments, the militant midget.
Black people got something to say.
The militant midget. I love having him on the show. He's angry. He's mad.
But I'm not. I'm not angry. I'm not mad. I'm just informed. And I know the time and what must be done.
Okay.
Yeah, you should be angry. So we in this condition, we got to be angry.
Man, always give God the glory and be grateful. Man.
Peace and black power.
Mind, body, soul, we out.